Hello, hello, welcome to the Foliage Illumination tour here in Daisen Park, Japanese garden. You can see beautiful fall leaves behind me. And my name is Time and I'm from Hungary, and I've been living in Japan for about 8 years and about 6 years in Osaka. So I'm showing you now quite a local perspective of where maybe not many tourists, but more local people would come to see the foliage. So most people who are visiting Japan as a tourist, they would most probably go to Kyoto, which is well known for illumination and for foliage. But I think this place is mostly for those who live here in the southern part of Osaka and Sakai. And this area actually has a lot of history, so you will be surprised of all the interesting things that you can find out about this area, and also the beauty of this illumination. I think you will enjoy it too. And right now I am in a covered area. You can see here I'm in the doorway pretty much, and actually tea ceremony will be starting soon. So they have several short tea ceremonies, about 30 minutes each, and they're getting ready now for the next one, and people are lining up and waiting to go inside this tatami room where there will be a tea ceremony. So you actually have to buy a ticket to get in there. And many people came to experience this traditional event, traditional tea ceremony. And that's the tea ceremony master that you can see there walking around. And soon many people will enter here. And they will enjoy a tea ceremony, so we can check it a little bit. And then we can check the outside foliage. I thought it would be a good opportunity for you to see how everyday people, as you can see, some local people, they come, and it's not too extravagant, it's very natural, it's very common thing to want to experience a tea ceremony. It's part of Japanese culture, so many people are interested in knowing about their own culture, and also they bring their children to learn about their culture, the culture of tea ceremony. So this is the room where all the people will be sitting, and then in that other room behind, that's where the tea ceremony master and his assistants will be preparing the tea. All right, hi Dai, all great? Nice. I decided to start here and show you this tea ceremony. And then they were saying you should look the other side because you can see the beautiful view outside, which is now it's a bit glaring, but I will soon go outside and you will be able to see. But this is part of the tea ceremony, enjoying the beautiful view. You can see there's a calligraphy there in the background, some and decoration, very minimal. And usually the tea ceremony is comprised of a cup of tea and also some sort of sweets. So you'll be able to see some traditional Japanese sweets. In this area where we're located right now, it is a replica of a place where merchants would gather. So Sakai was a city of merchants, and it was very prosperous, and it was developing very quickly, maybe even quicker than the center of Osaka, of the now city of Osaka. And this building where we're located, it replicates the meeting place where the wealthy Sakai merchants gathered for their meetings in the last period of medieval times. And I'm pretty sure they would also have such tea ceremonies where they would socialize together and admire the beautiful nature. So you can see here the sweets. He's offering the sweets. Japanese wagashi, Japanese traditional sweets. And I've tried a tea ceremony also in a different place in Kyoto before. So usually you have a little wooden knife that you use to cut the sweets, and they're on a little paper. So he's offering it to everybody. And then I'll wait until he brings some cups of tea, and then we will move on and check out the illumination of the foliage. As you can see, his assistants are preparing in the background. She's also bringing, she's wearing a kimono, very nice obi also. You can see the colorful obi that's holding the kimono together, waistband. And another helper is preparing the tea on the inside. And on some ceremonies, they would bring you also the utensils that they use to prepare the tea, so you can admire even those are really beautiful. You can see a closer look now of the sweets. A full themed orange and light orange and darker orange, reddish. You can also observe the strict protocol of bowing when offering it in a seated position, which is the most polite way of bowing. Okay, so they're bringing the tea also. The lady with the blue kimono. You can see she's using the utensils for preparing and pouring the hot water. And paired with the evening foliage, it's a very special event. And mostly people don't talk during the ceremony. Okay, maybe I'm trying to find a better angle. And there's also a beautiful exhibition of flowers here. Yeah, this is a better angle. So they will start eating the sweets, and then the lady will prepare the tea. Very ceremonious manner, as you can see. There's a strict order of the movements and the rules of how to prepare. And then it's also a practice of mindfulness. And actually, students at school can choose a tea ceremony as an after-school activity to get connected to their culture. So we are in the Daisen Park, Japanese garden right now. We are in a covered space. We will start our tour from here by watching this tea ceremony, and then after she prepares some tea, I will show you the foliage. So now the guests are enjoying their sweets and taking pictures and enjoying the beautiful view through the window. As you can see, most of them are locals, so there aren't maybe any tourists here right now. This is more for local people. And I saw some foreigners, but they were probably, just like me, people who are established in Japan and living in this area probably. You can see all the cups are being prepared. They're meticulous and slow movements. You need to get a ticket to get in. So these people got the ticket. So one cup of tea has been prepared, and the master of the ceremony is bringing it to the first two people. Obviously, you can see here that they're not respecting the ceremony too strictly, so you can sit a bit more comfortable, because these days people don't really sit on the tatamis anymore. So it's not too formal. It's more like an informal tea ceremony for the locals. All right, well, I think that was exciting, and now let's see what we have here. Look at that. This is what you guys have been waiting for, right? Amazing, isn't it? And they did a very good job putting these flowers here, lining them up, because they kind of harmonize well with the illumination colors. All right, and then actually that's the entrance over there. Here's the entrance. And I will show you the building where we've been inside. Oh, lots of people queuing actually. It's pretty dark. So this is the building from the outside. And as I was saying, it's a replica of a meeting place of the merchants in the area. So the southern part of Osaka is in the Osaka Bay area. So the merchants could do trade very well, and that's why Sakai was well known for different trades, such as making guns, and then later bicycles and knives also. So I have been going to a place where a swordsmith is still creating swords in the old technique here in Sakai. And they have a museum of the old guns that were made here in Sakai also. So since ancient times, this area was very much flourishing. And because we have this event, Foliage Illumination, the park is open. Usually it's not open at this time of the evening. It's about 6:30, 6:45-ish right now in Japan. So usually the park is closed, but for just this event, for the purpose of this event, they kept it open. And they have these flowers which were grown by different people. And they have like awards, the best flower award. First, second, third place, I guess. Very nice, right? So cute. A little bit like bonsai. This one reminds me of a little bonsai tree. Oh, this one is cute too. And then here also you have a different variety. And here also there's a beautiful exhibition. So nice, right? They look so fluffy. And they always have a bonsai exhibition on this side, but it's not too well lit right now. And the bonsai are also in foliage. You can see the leaves turning a little bit yellow and red. This one has no leaves. Here's some evergreen ones. Okay, and actually during the daytime this area is also open. So I usually do tours on Heigo. And I often come to this park because I really like this park. So if you want to join some of those tours, you're more than welcome. It's in the description of this tour also on Facebook, so you can check that out. Okay, so this is a pond, but actually what it symbolizes is the ocean, where the people from Sakai would do the trade. And there's some koi fish. This kid is feeding the koi fish, but they're very full, so today I won't be feeding them because lots of people were throwing lots of food and they are not hungry anymore. It's like you can see the food floating. I'm not sure if the camera is picking it up, but yeah, just floating right there. And this park also symbolizes the connection with China and Chinese culture. And that pavilion in there is very interesting. So we have very natural colors, all the greens, and then the red stands out a lot. in there. And during the daytime, you can go to that pavilion. And in this green area, there's a sweet water spring gushing out to the surface, which gives the name to the pavilion. So beautiful, right? And also the reflection, you can see it in the water of the lake. So the name of this pavilion is Kansenden, and it comes from the meaning of clean, sweet water that I was telling you is gushing from the spring. And can you see that little hill? We will be able to see it from another angle better. How does the park symbolize Japan's relationship with China? So, for example, this pavilion is very much inspired from the Chinese architecture. And also, there's another part of the park that we cannot see during the day, and that is actually a gift from China, from Lianyugang, which is a friendship city of Sakai. And also some of the rivers here are inspired by actual rivers. So for example, there's the Ishizuke, which is actually a symbol of the Ishizu River, which is flowing into this pond. And also that little hill that I was telling you, it's a miniature mountain which represents a very famous spot in China called Rozang in Xiangxi. So many elements of this park are inspired from Chinese culture. All right, so let's try to see the park from a different angle also. But thank you for the question, Danielle. So we came from inside, we saw the tea ceremony, and you can see here, behind the scenes, they're preparing and cleaning up. The master of ceremonies. I've seen some people who came in kimonos. So for these kind of events, sometimes people dress up nicely to take pictures. All right, so that spot is the kind of main spot where most people want to take pictures. Wonderful. Oh, you're welcome. So this is the major attraction of the park, the major illumination spot. And we also have some bridges over there. You will be able to see them later. And the two bridges connect a river mouth island to land on each side. And the river flows into the pond, which symbolizes the ocean, as I was telling you. We have these tiny trees too, really cute. In some years, they will be as tall as the cousins from over there. But for now, just baby. And then from here, you can see the mountain also much better. The mountain I was telling you that is inspired by an actual mountain in China, and on top of that mountain you can find the tallest spot, the tallest viewpoint of the park. But right now that area is closed because the illumination is a more limited area, just the central area of the park. And I'm turning the camera now and showing you that tea ceremony place where we came from. Many people are taking pictures from there. And we are located in the Daisen Park. And I'm not sure if you can see, there's a taller building. So this Japanese garden is located in Daisen Park. And Daisen Park is much, much larger. And that big building is a commemorative building for those who passed away during the Second World War. So we are in the southern part of Osaka right now, and this southern part of Osaka had access to the Osaka Bay area and to a lot of trade. And this area is called Sakai, and it was a very prosperous area since ancient times. You can see all the elements, the leaves, the mountain and the pavilion, all in one shot. Some leaves, close up of leaves. I was planning to use a wide lens today, but I used it on a previous tour in Heigo, and these spotlights that are kind of bothering the camera now, so they were shining too bright in the wide lens. So I will explore the wide lens in another tour, maybe during the daytime. So stay tuned. And I have also a fisheye lens. And I have also a good tip for you to take selfies. So if you want to take selfies, this is a tip for my husband. Oops. And now I don't have light. Yeah, here. So you can do like from here, from down. Now I have a bit too much light. Anyway, so if you have good light conditions, and then you can take from down, and then you can see the leaves up there. Selfie. Or like this. But there's too much light because the spotlight is on my face. I hope you guys can also soon visit in person and see this with your own eyes, since the borders have opened, so lots of options for tourists. And actually recently I joined another website that is called City Unscripted, where you can book your tours to Japan with a local guide. So I recommend that one also. It's called City Unscripted. And right now, today actually, I was writing some tour descriptions for their tours in Osaka. So I thought a lot about where to go and where to take the people who are visiting Japan, which are the best restaurants and cafes, especially now. There's lots of people who really like Instagram, right? So there's a special tour for Instagrammable food. That was the tour description I was doing today. So I'm really excited for many people to come and visit Japan soon, and to have a debut as an in-person guide also, not just as an online guide. So as I was saying, there's a river also behind me that is flowing into this big lake, which symbolizes the ocean. So let's try to walk. We will walk a little bit in the darker area, and then we will come back because there's a very nice spot there where you can see the river. The river is also lit up a little bit, and the red leaves are framing the river, which is really beautiful. I love the reflections on the water. Daniel said, yeah, they're really pretty. They're adding to the picture, doubling the beauty. You can see it there. If you're taking some screenshots of this tour, that's great, and you can share on Facebook. Some of the viewers did that in the spring when I was here for the cherry blossoms. So actually in this garden, whoa, so black, guys. Sorry about that. In this garden, they have also the spring illumination and the spring cherry blossoms also. So if you've been here on this channel, and you've seen the spring tour, then you might have been with me in here already. Or if you watched the recording from later on. Okay, so next we will walk a bit in the dark, but trust the process, because there in the, in the distance you will see something really nice. Just trust the process. You can see there's some light up. And actually, I wanted to share with you that this month is my yearly anniversary of streaming. So I started streaming in November 2021 on Heygo. So that was the first time I bought my equipment. I have a gimbal. And then back then I didn't really know what other stuff to use. So I basically had just the gimbal, my phone, and I was trying out different microphones from Amazon, but the cheaper ones, and they didn't really work so well. And then through someone on Heygo, I met Dai, who is the owner of this Facebook and YouTube channels. And we met up actually in Tokyo last year in December. And that's when I started learning more about streaming, because he had much more experience. So he gave me some advice about what mics to use and what other equipment. And then I started streaming on his channel also. And get to hang out with you guys also from these channels. Unfortunately, I cannot see the YouTube comments right now because I forgot my other phone. And Dai is having another tour right now. But next time I will bring it, I promise. All right, so this was the view I wanted to show you. The river framed by the beautiful illuminated foliage. Daniel says, congratulations on your streaming anniversary. Thank you. And thank you for everybody also on YouTube who's watching. I will check the comments later there and I will respond later. And next time I will glue my other phone in my pocket so that I don't forget. I'm not used to having two phones because I just recently got another phone, an old phone from my dad in August when I went home. And I was using that for checking the comments. It's really nice, right? So yeah, I will have anniversary also soon here on Facebook and YouTube. 1 year anniversary next January. I had my first tour in January in Dotonbori. Do you guys know Dotonbori? It's kind of the kitchen of Osaka. And there's lots of foods, lots of different kinds of foods there. This is nice too, right? The double reflection. Actually, I'm really excited to guide some people in Dotonbori once there will be more tourists and I can do in-person tours. Lots of good food, very fun atmosphere in Dotonbori, but the atmosphere here is also very nice. There are some green maple leaves too, starting to turn yellow. Oh, this is interesting. That's why she was taking a picture, because here you can see all the colors. Now somebody's blocking the light. So I want to tell you a bit more about this river that we have just passed by, and we were looking at it. So it's the Ishizuke River upstream, and the pond is called Chisen, and that's downstream. And the Ishizuke symbolizes the Ishizu River, and this Ishizu River was supported by the people and culture of Sakai from ancient times to today. And this river flows from Togendai, the elevated plain, into Chisen, the pond which symbolizes the ocean. So over there, that area that is closed right now, that is the more elevated area. And there is also this stone carving that was a gift from China, because China has a friendship with the city of Sakai. And this carving is a curvy stream, and sometimes during the day you'll be able to see. Is this lady taking a picture of me right now? You'll be able to see this on a daytime tour, and I'm doing daytime tours mostly on Heigo, but I could do one here also on YouTube and Facebook. And it's very nice because it resembles the face of Son Goku, the main character of Saiyuki, a Chinese novel, who was born out of the stone of Kakazan, a Chinese mountain. So that was the story behind the river that is flowing into the pond. You can see the people crossing the bridge in there. And the light is blinding my camera. Lots of coming and going. And the entrance to this park is very cheap actually. It's about 200 yen, which is maybe less than $1. Compared to maybe bigger parks in Kyoto where they're in the 1,000 or 2,000 yen. So this place is a bargain. Yeah, definitely this is the most popular spot, I think. I used a picture of this place also for the main picture of this tour. I took it last year. I've been here last year also, around this time. And not just the maple trees, but the other trees are also very nicely lit up. And right now I'm thinking of another tour for December, and actually there is lots of illuminations in December. December is the month with the most illumination, I think. And there's a Christmas illumination in Midosuji, which is the city center, where the whole road is really illuminated. So I think that will be an interesting one. And then there's also some Christmas markets in Western style. And hopefully this year they will have more of that. So that's the next tour that I'm going to have. But if you want to see other tours, then I am on Heigo, as I was mentioning. And I'm actually having a kalimba tour on Heigo. Do you guys know the kalimba? Kalimba is an instrument, a musical instrument. It's a thumb piano. Very simple to play. And I'm playing that on Heigo on Mondays, every second Monday. And recently I've been on Twitch also more, because I do some board games there. There's a board game called Go, and I broadcast that mostly. My attempts to get better at playing Go. Look at this, this is also a bunch of almost brown leaves. So if there's anybody who's interested in playing Go, it's a board game. Maybe you have seen that before with the white and black stones on the board. Anybody interested, then please check out my Twitch channel also. It's called Time Ago XO. So we're back to the pond, which symbolizes the ocean, and you can see how the mountain is reflected in the pond very beautifully here. We're returning to the place around where we started, which was the gathering place of the merchants, or a replica of the gathering place of the merchants, and the red pillar pavilion. They will be closing soon, but still a lot of people coming. Let's admire some of these other flowers also. Here we have also the nominees, the first, second, third place. I'm not sure which is which, probably this one is first. And then the tea ceremony is over, so now you can just see the empty room. So for those who arrived later, in this room there was a tea ceremony. There were several tea ceremonies actually every 30 minutes. And the people were sitting on these carpets and enjoying some tea. And you can still see the traditional pot in the background steaming. And here also there's a display of beautiful award-winning flowers. This wasn't here last year, so it's something new. A twist that they brought. I guess this is the winner because it's more unique than the rest. It looks like a different species, actually. What do you guys think? They're cleaning up. And here we are again, just us and the ducks. And the fresh water stream gushing out through the rocks. And the area where we're located right now is at Mozu Station. So if you want to check my location on the map, it's Mozu, M-O-Z-U Station in Japan, in Osaka. And this area has also very interesting energy because there are some keyhole tombs here, some huge keyhole tombs. And that are very unique and mysterious, and where the emperors were buried in ancient times. So there was one emperor called Nitoku, and his tomb is close by. I just passed by it when I came to this Japanese garden. So I think that is also something you might want to explore. I had some tours on Heigo about that, but you can best imagine the shape and everything from above. So if the video would be taken from an airplane, so to say, because just passing by the tombs, you cannot really see what it's all about, and you cannot enter the premises of the tombs. But I might do some more tours there in the daytime. So feel free to check my Heigo if you want to get some updates about that. I can also hear the river here. I'm not sure if you guys can hear the river, but I can hear it. The fresh water gushing. And then there are the ducks. Some of the ducks are coming closer. Okay, let me do a tour here. And the ducks are coming for some food. They were throwing some food. You can buy these capsules and then you can feed the ducks. That's why they were coming closer. And also the koi fish. But there's a lot of food in the lake right now, so they don't seem too interested. And they're not so active like during daytime, much less active. So I think this place will be closing soon. I will walk around a little bit more, and we will also finish the stream pretty soon. Let you enjoy some of the best views here with the flowers and the illuminated trees changing color. This was a very good period to come here. The leaves have changed their colors very nicely. And this is a special event actually, so usually the park is not open in the evening, only for this event. And this weekend and maybe next weekend, so about 2 or 3 weekends a year, it's a special event. These flowers have the names also of the people who made them, or who grew them, I guess. Looks like snow. Or foam? Whipped cream. I don't know. This is a different type. And on that bridge, during the daytime, you can see sometimes couples taking pictures for their wedding, like wedding pictures. It's really nice in fall and in spring also. When I was streaming once here, I think it was in the fall, last fall, I saw some couples and I talked to some of them while I was streaming. You can try to look out on this round window too, but it's reflecting a little bit. Back to the ducks. Okay, so I will start to wrap up here. Switching the camera, okay. All right, so thank you for joining me on this tour. I hope you had fun and you saw a little bit of what it looks like for a local person here in Japan to check out the foliage and the illumination and come here. Mostly they come here with their families and they can enjoy also the tea ceremony. As you could see, I showed it at the beginning of this video. If you haven't seen that, scroll back to the beginning. And yeah, so it's a very nice place here in the southern part of Osaka with lots of history behind it. Sakai has been popular since ancient times for trade and very prosperous also. So it's interesting to come here and visit many places. Not necessarily a spot where lots of tourists would come, but I think it's a good opportunity for you guys to see some more secluded gems. And yeah, I enjoyed having you on this tour. And thank you for your comments. I will check the YouTube comments later and I will reply if you had any questions. And as I was saying, you can join also my Hagos tours and you can check my Twitch channel also, TimeAgoXO. And if you would like to leave a tip, then there are some links in the Facebook page description. You can donate there to have these tours going. And also in December, I will be going to Christmas market, hopefully, or something Christmassy, or some Christmas light up. I'm planning to do that. So stay tuned for that. The Midosuji is a very nice illumination. So I might walk in that area and I might show you the illumination in there. And usually they have some light up shows and very interesting events. Last year also they had, and I went there last year also. So this year I want to go again. And yeah, this month I was celebrating 1 year anniversary on Hego, and in a month or two I will be celebrating 1 year here with you guys on Facebook and YouTube. And I'm really hoping that soon you guys can come and visit Japan, hang out with us, with Dai in Tokyo, with me in Osaka, and maybe Kyoto also. So thank you for coming to this online tour. I hope you got some ideas of what an evening foliage illumination looks like in Japan. And thank you for joining. See you next time. I leave you with a few images from the surroundings, and then I will finish the tour. Goodbye.
나 그거 보면 이제 그거 해라, 우리 새나 어딘지.